will take that mid space, will take heaven, but Zekin, ever so quiet, could be the one to start the round, and he does pop off with 2 fast ghost shots. Now they're trying to sort out where the rest of the members of G2 could be. They've creeped in so quietly, and now they have sight to themselves.
Tried to fake plan at the beginning to see if a swing from Sentinel is going to come out.
Oh, Zelsis. Oh, he gets him. Util out. The timing is there. Narrate through the paranoia. Gets the right click that counts. And now it's up to Trent. The post plant, the reason they have the Teo.
Now trying to go on to this tap. Trent trying to move forward. Bang onto that tap. The swing for the first tap. And now the swing. He's sticking it out so far into the spike and gets the full diffuse. Quite often successful with the stinger buy and now attempting to rush towards his B site.
That TP's back to A. Jogamo in the back of the site, but Bang is very much so ready. Gonna get swarmed, and he wants to go for more. Thinking he may have the positioning. Very fast move from Sentinels here to reposition and get set up for the protocol and retake.
They're staying as a group, closing the gap. Could be very deadly against a retake of Sentinels, who only has a judge on Zelsis too as a weak weapon.
The W key has been a huge advantage for G2 on this one. They just pushed right into the site, running over anything that was in front of them. This is where the Stingers may fall flat, though, to the Bulldog on the other side of the swing of Sentinels coming through as a team. And it's going to be a find, and it's going to be a kill for Zelsis. They're able to get that one down on the default plant spot, and the defuse coming through as well. Zekin gets even more points on the board, and he is just 2 away from dimension. So G2 can still toy with this area and try to gain a little bit of ground. Oh, we saw it coming. It was just a matter of time there for Zelsis to be able to get at least one. The timing's going to be good, but the distance a bit too much for the judge to follow up, and that's going to be John Cutie on the other side for the pincer move. Now 4v2. It's going to be tough for G2 to even get into the site. Not going to happen. They rack up a bone.
But Sentinels, they're ready for it. They got 3 players out here.
So close. This is going to be tough. I don't know if they can both get out of this. No, they cannot. G2.
Bulldogs being picked up. They have Salvos and Paranoid to start flooding towards the elbow.
A pop flash from Jogamo to see if they can retake this space, but no. Double peek. He's just waiting. He doesn't want to give it away now. And he then sees 2 on the other side. Jonah will take that.
Without getting too much information. And speaking of information, you start with the dimensional drift. A flash to come across.
Oh my gosh. Just straight to the back line there. The salvos first. The retaliation now. They try to stop the entry back into the site. Sentinels still thinking of which way to get in, and they cannot cover each other on these shots. The spams come through.
And into stopping the post plant for G2 so far.
All right. Now we get Jogamo. Oh my gosh. Zekin with the Guardian. We saw him doing this. And Sentinels cannot seem to get in front of it just yet.
But with losing Leaf, they're forced to play inside the site.
TP's it? No, does not time it correctly. That's on next round too. Just
still
go
well
for the
in the
throat.
economy for sure. And you see now Zelsis once again looking to position themselves for exits.
Player standing.
It's only going to do a little bit of damage, but you can definitely see what's...
Pressure cook the clock down to 30 now, and Jonah's going to get that plant in sight and feeling good about it here.
Oh, no. The Salvos drop Zelsis, and that's the pit down. The idea was him to just stay alive so the rest could rotate over and use the Rolling Thunder, but now...
They're just ready. They're already reading this play. They saw it before Sentinels even wanted to do it, and Zekin got shot in the face through the wall there before going down to catch the opponent off guard. Sentinels react really nice. They still have an anchor on the site, but do they know about Jogamo? Do they know about Jogamo? Rolling Thunder comes out, but it's already been routed on the back side of the site. This leaves John in such a tough spot now. Pincer down, and the rest of Sent.
John Cutie.
Yeah.
So the amount of times that they've been buying half armor, half shields, regen shields. They want to fight this right away.
Flying through. Narrate opens up big, though. Quickly traded back by Valen. The Smoker, the Controller, the IGL. Right at the front of the line to start this one is Zekin's trying to get into a spot that can win this round back. It's already being waited on by Leaf, though. Almost 3 they get on different levels, and the drone also makes it into sight. The swings aren't happening together, though. Almost these 1v1s being created. Trent from the outside, ready to hit that aggression from screens, and it's just Sentinels falling like flies on this one. One left, Bang, trying to do what he can. Too much surrounding him, though.
One enemy remaining.
Oh, John Cutie.
Time and
Jonah P.
Trent.
John and Jonah. The shots come through, and Trent's going to be able to do it. Oh my gosh. Off that timeout, would it retaliate on an A play like that? I like this. I like this. Sentinels, though, have their own strategy ready for it. Zelsis, oh, he is just not having fun with the salvos today. Trent has his number. Flown in, or drone in. Narrate takes down Jog. That's actually a huge one. Second, waiting very far out. There's one last one they could hopefully get in. Oh, they smoke off actually where Zekin's going. Kind of pulling the attention of G2 away from that for a moment. The kills now towards site, towards elbow. It's going to be John Cutie coming in for the kills. And they're not even going to need the other person on the flank there. Sentinels straighten one out. But now having controls a little bit faster for Sentinel side. That's the change on this round. They didn't have this before. Oh, the timing! And it's actually going to be just low on Jogamo's shot. Zekin retaliates beautifully with that shot flicked downward as the site trades come in strong. They do find Zekin towards the top as Valen tries to reorganize where he can be and what will be the safest in this 2v2 or 2v3.
Big flank from Zelsis.
Just looked away, the timing's there! Chooses the wrong target, and Valen hits his post-plant position here.
And the TP was just to get John Q away, so he can't really get in range for the salvos to delay the plant on B.
One shot from Trent. They saw it. They know where Bang is. Easy play here. Trent backs up as far as possible, making it almost...
Go ahead.
Yeah, Armageddon comes through. You're not even going to get a chance to get onto this spike yet. Next tick gets the salvos, and you still have Valen just around the outside playing a little game of cat and mouse here with Bang. The final shots come through from the IGL, and they pick up. You got to be afraid. This guy's tail. I mean, they even play that on Icebox too. And they have Trent for Sova. Wait, these shots coming out immediately. The speed on A again.
Had the best conversions and man advantages. G2 walking in for the contact, spotted by Narrate.
Smart play by Narrate, beautiful flash, beautiful teamwork. Bit of an extended high-low there, but they do lose each other as G2 figures out the play.
2v2, drone still available. That's gonna spot John Cutie towards the screen, so they isolated one. Zelsis still has a window to surprise one, and now they just got both spotted.
Player standing.
Up to Trent. Zelsis, we talked about winning so many clutches previously before. Can Trent, however, have the firepower for two of these members? Oh my God!
Go for the little one-way smoke to see if he could spot some feet.
Oh, he knows, but he doesn't have the aim anymore. Not just aesthetic on that one as Zekin comes in with one of the kills. It looks like G2 is actually trying to swarm the site, get in there to help Leaf, but do they need to help Leaf that much? He gets sorted out, and they will get the rest of the members.
Together, and they have a chance. Spike's been given away here for Zekin to get the plant, to get closer to the dimensional drift, and we'll put that little check mark there for a dub.
A long-range 2x scope on that Jogamo. Just stinger from across a site. They look like they're trying to get in with a few more stingers. The deadly push coming through, and then Narrate's going to be able to answer with the classic, but it is not enough. G2 swarm, G2W. They get another round for themselves here.
Not too bad there coming out for Sentinel.
Amid that fault line we just watched Jogamo jump out of. So they're trying to activate from across the map. Leaf ready to deliver the mail, and he gets one down. That's going to be too far for the Bucky, but the stinger comes out strong. Another headshot coming through.
Time to jump.
We see Jonah P go down as Zekin finally answers the situation. They have to limp into the site now. Actually, not too bad. Zekin's still pretty healthy off that engage.
Last player standing.
Oh, and heck of a swing there for G2 trying to combo that. It's up to Valen now.
30 seconds.
Almost won.
Oh
The
my.
second. He's got the distance. Classic. Oh, he's indecisive about... See if they can get themselves back into the action here. A really nice site take towards A. Sentinels kind of has to stop giving G2 that respect. We hear a lot of teams say it. You just got to move a bit faster, more aggressive, and Bang is all over that.
All missiles away.
Into sight. Tempered engage for now as G2 drops in for a moment. There's so much util to be fighting in the orb. The fight in the smoke, or rather the wall, as Leaf and Valen are just taking down the members trying to enter into the site, bottlenecked as they try to get through here.
No time.
And there it is. Jogamo grabs one. Leaf's already on the defuse, and that's going to be round 11. Behind the column, the util keeps him protected for now, but Jogmo is trying to let them know where is the in the window to get back into this. Leaf's in sight, so's Valen, so's Jog. They just surface from nowhere and with so much consistency behind their plays. Stinger by for what could be the final round here as Sentinels try to keep themselves alive, and Leaf just snuffs second as he sprints up mid.
And that's what makes it annoying, trying to play a judge inside mail. Thankfully, those Sentinels have control of B site, but they're fighting with Stinger's long range.
Bang playing a bit of a game, but knows it's death at the top of that room. What the next moves are, they're very happy to see those Tejo salvos. I think that's going to pretty much activate what they want to do here. Just a 1-2. Where's the third? The punch comes across, but it's not going to be enough just yet. Trent gets another salvo kill here on Split as they end it out. It's going to be 13-5 in favor of G2. Full control of Split.
Back.
Already around yellow. Sentinels moving quite quick, but do they know how many will be around?
Yeah.
The flank splits up. Valen with 2 classic. Easy as they just come around the corner all willy-nilly on the side of Sen. But Zalsis is able to push forward. Everybody's getting a little tricky here as they don't know where the full capacity of each team is, but they're still trying to seek each other out. One more trade goes through, and very low health here for G2 to get back into the site.
Hilo is too good at the start for G2. Both players of Sentinels are isolated though.
Oh,
Enemy remaining.
just gooped on there, and they have to get now to John Cutie. Takes down one, turns, almost gets to 180. But it is just going to be a quick classic. Wingman's already on the defuse with it, but it is perfect for that B-long position. They have Kitchen covered. He's going to be right under the tube. Leaf making the Stinger sing, and he does it again. A third one, knows it's going to be Jogmo! Stealing that away, a possible ace. That's all right, though. Bye-bye Power's taking a...
Flawless in this round to try to tie things up. But look at this push from G2.
Almost expected on both sides. Bang is so ready in a third one. Trent knows there's going to be more of a fight here. He has to get out safe somehow. That swing, Bang finds a third kill and is going to get a 4th point for the ultimate on this round. Leaf is getting pretty close pretty quick here. Not waiting for the team, he just goes for the swing. That was an abrupt Stinger swing for sure. And now we'll just see if they can take down Jog here as he gets the defuse. A nice round for Sentinels.
Yeah, you're trying to do as much damage as possible, pop damage, so that Jog will get 1-shots across the board. That would take down actually 3 of them. There's that first with a headshot.
John Cutie answers back. It was a heady play to Kitchen.
That's so nice.
They're not even thinking about it. Oh, there's the timing. Oh, Leaf turns at just the last moment. You have to be kidding. And now they're forced to push into sight. G2 know they have a lock on where the rest of the members are, basically. And they are going to give them space before the retake. Oh, yep. How many spams? How many shots? This smoke. They try to break the smoke without any utility. And just on the other side, Sentinels waits with open arms. Another one for Zekin and a second round for Sentinels.
Enough here to take full control of pipes and in front of orbs so that people can't really run forward. You'll need to find that information first with a recon dart because you could just brute force your way through with the salvos and fight for trades. And now you see an eco coming out for G2. They tried to go for a peek towards middle. Couldn't do any damage there. And Sentinels, they could just min-max the orbs, min-max some kills, and build up their ults here in the next round.
Pressure towards A. Does not seem like it'll be used too much since B is taken, but Sentinels are really gaining control of the map here and not giving up that space when they know they have the better weaponry. You can't be shy to G.
Pick allows for him to get the lockdown, and you can trade out these ults.
Thrash goes through. Bang is able to start returning the favor. Lockdown almost gets thrown, but it was in such an open position.
Plays down by Leaf. Because they could just wait this out for Sentinel. The wall could come back up, then they have to pick for the pulse plant.
I thought that was going to be coming in much later. Zelsa's kill comes in now onto Trent, though. They're waiting patiently for Zekin and the team to push through. They know Sentinels want to take a bit more space here. It's going to be tough to all hide on that B main, and Valen starts to collect another head on this. Sentinels falling left and right as Leaf finds another, a third, and possibly a fourth, but no, it's Valen. Leaf, it's a full house between those two. With Valen, along with Bang to start off, just making sure It's not going to be a lost fight if they do have to get into some back and forth. But no real push and pull just yet. I feel like G2 has met Sentinels right at the front door each time here. Towards mid there, towards pipes at A. So it's almost going to have to be a reset for these signatures. The salvo is the skills.
Ooh. This is the biggest fight right here.
Faked him out with the up and down on the wall. Jonah P gets a beaut. They just drone towards A. So G2 should know they can all start to rotate out. Yep, finding themselves the clear here. Oh no, he puts his weapon away! Narrate goes for the util. Bang and John Cutie aren't ready. Jonah P grabs 4 as Leaf. When we go from Josh RT to Kaplan, one's just smiling, laughing, and Kaplan's like, okay, we need to do this, we need to do this. Like G2 may be feeling different, and Sen needs to shut that down now and find their momentum, find their flow state. Leaf starts off here with the first blood. But Bang answers back, or Bang gets answered rather. Still the fight towards B. Drones, clears. This would be the back and forth that Sentinels need here. They need to stop this economy of G2 and get themselves back in. Was it this star? Yes. What star do you aim at? What star? Throwing Mosh over towards the spike. No, over towards back so they get dispersed from hiding on yellow. It almost works. Sentinels is so ready for the trade, though, as they reposition and take down G2. From Jonah P. Playing very close, though, for the unknown here. Ooh. Oh, no. My gosh. Celsius goes down. The paranoia kind of locking him in, I think, for a second, not realizing what the situation was.
And that's a spike, too. Now being picked up, but Zekin cannot really TP away, so it forces Sentinels to push inside
Not
B.
again, not again. Keep the guns out, Narrate. He goes down, 2 bullets left for Jonah P. Again, he still peeks. Help just over the shoulder as Sentinels try to reorganize. How do they get back in? Bang looking for that opening kill.
This is gonna be so difficult. They have Reckoning right away from Valen. He gets dropped, but they're still at a 2-player advantage for G2.
Tried to play the up and down wall. John Cutie in a great position here. He's pressed a little bit forward, but they can't really help each other in this situation. It's going to take solo star power from the positions they're in. Leaf on 1, and the second one's not going to make it. The dance around from Jogamo, so Trent can get the kill on John Cutie. And a defuse, but they're almost ready for this position a lot of the times, and good in the situation. Firing the Armageddon towards the backside. Well, they know they're going to have sight with Armageddon. G2 won't play in sight for that pain, but they will answer back.
Plant still goes down, though it missed.
Ooh.
Towards the front of Jenny.
Haven't seen that plant in a long time. It's easy to post plant, but oh my God, they're not even gonna have to try. Leaf gets presented with a 1, 2, 3. Easy as that, and Jonah P gonna give that one to Trent. No, to Jogamo on the defuse as they go around. It's going to occur here for the last round of our first half. Oh, jazz hands. Half defuse doesn't get hit. There's going to be some utility coming out here. Jogamo answers with 1, and we stay at half. 2v4. It's G2 trying to get these members back into the site as they're getting swarmed by Sentinels now, and it's just looking like too much for G2 to overcome. But Jonah P has 1, can't find a second as Narrate locks that in. Secondary wall goes up, and they've really already taken that zone 1 of space here, so no problem. Of course, Valen will go ahead and connect with Narrate to start off on this pistol round, and that's huge. The Gecko util for retake is one of the biggest things you're going to want to have if you're bringing that to Icebox now, and it's gone for Sen.
Definitely say their team like 100 Thieves on this map when they had that Gecko for the defuse, or the wingman for the defuse, rather. But this time around, you have to force the body on it.
Swinging in, Valen with 2 on the round, but he goes down, done his job for sure. But Bang, John Cutie, and Zekin are ready. Half defuse puts them in a pretty good spot here, but they still have to source out the rest of the members of G2. Very, very close. Oh, they can't get it. Leaf goes in and gives him a hug. The knife kill to come out as well, and it's not going to be enough as the salvos are already...
The stack that you have for Sentinels, it's not going to be the best. Maybe the smoke could help them so far. And it won't.
No. Just cleaning up left and right for this. Is they're actually looking to keep this one flawless probably as they go through the round to make sure it feels that much better.
Yeah, and Sentinels, you saw the flash coming out from Zekin. but he couldn't really flood outside of that smoke because Zekin was throwing a one-way on top of that.
Two of them to take down to 30 seconds in the round to make this hit. Dizzy on Dizzy. I think both get shot on that, so they really don't get too much information, but it's Jogamo trying to go high. Bang's ready for two as he fires low, then high for that elevation change, and Sentinels eye on the prize here. Hit all their shots.
Spikes down on top of pipes. It's so hard to go get, and you already have a double flank from Sentinels.
Oof.
Clean towards the end. Good.
Tries to get in early. Oh, he gets denied again. G2, so many good reads on these plays that would completely stop what your opponent is doing. Reckoning's gonna start dislodging the site just a little bit. We've already had one frag go down as Jogamo makes it two, one for each side now as Thrash is ready to pounce. Oh, it went too far, but he's gonna be saved by Valen. The teamwork is huge for G2, but Sentinels start to come back in. The 1v1 power that they can show, this prowess to get back in and make sure the clutch is theirs.
Valorant Saddles are down for now and just came back up. So Leaf is the one that has to stay alive here.
Oh, the tap just misses. Bang gives it another sidestep. Almost a 1-2 for Trent.
It's not half.
He's been so good in these situations, Vansili. He's been so good in these situations, Vansili. Can he do it again? Half didn't even get hit. And he pulls out again!
And right now it seems that G2 wants to pivot a lot towards this A site, and that's spiked down though with this kill from Second.
Again, spikes up top, so now they can easily keep a focus on somebody having to get towards Belt. Have this good push into the pit. This B long fight's getting a little weird. Oh, Bang! Absurd. Absurd play from Bang. And they creep in. G2 is in the third or fourth page of the strat book for this one. They've got to pull out everything with what they've lost.
And Sentinels.
John Cutie, pretty full on util here. Doesn't have the drone, so they can get back in with a bit of the concuss. But Valen just on the other side of the wall to play cat and mouse, and Zelsis finds one. This one a little different, Vansili. They want to play different high-low. Oh, the separation and the angles, though, could make this so tough. That's one. It gets traded, but it's behind Trent now. Could he do it again? No, John Cutie!
Or maybe use the Armageddon in the next round to really clear out that site and force Sentinels to play a retake again, and where G2 has been shining so far.
A little bit of A.
Right there.
Yeah, A noise to make Sentinels think that there's going to be more coming, but it's the 3-2 split mid.
Hard time trying to plant here towards this B site.
That smoke thrown out from Zekin is denying a bit, but Wingman's still able to make it happen. Zelsis.
With plot armor.
Yeah, somehow dodges all of that. It's just short enough. Ooh, the pressure defuse. Defuse Dizzy up, who's going to try to peek it, but that was a really nice concuss coming in from the side of Trent to try and delay all of this. The shot still missing there for Zekin as he can't get one to connect. Okay, Narrate says enough funny games, enough funny business. Let's get in here and take the round. Very nicely done. They were given the low buy of Leaf heading into the nest. Decent push up for a moment by Zekin as he tries to recover a bit of the vision, and Zelsis underneath. He's trying to play some timing. Waiting off the util. It's one. Armageddon comes through and he tries to play within the fight. Zelsis picks up another one across the map as well here. Jogamo's taking site plant, really. You can play a little bit far back on that, but it's got to be towards maze. You can't play up top, and that, I think, just missed. Doesn't matter, though. Celsius with the Outlaw finds a third one here. Return on investment, maybe? And SEN Narrate cleans up the round again.
The salvos are not used at the very beginning on the top of pipes. They're using it here to try to clear on the execution. There's the salvos on the left side, and Trent gets the opener.
Stingers flying through. I feel like it gives you a speed upgrade here. They've laced up, they're running it down, and it is going to be Bang. Oh my God, the 180, the 360, 720, Tony Hawking him. Dalsis takes down Leaf there. I don't even know how Bang.
G2 on that Stinger buy still has two ults now, and
Sentinels, they have stacked it. Oh yeah, saw an elbow there. Trent pushing forward. They don't know where G2 can come from them. How much scaling G2 has already done, and Leaf answers back. For this round, G2 feeling pretty good about the positioning, but still pretty hurt here to move through.
Only one person unaccounted for, and that was Leaf, and he's able to open up everything for
Yeah.
G2 to trade back and get the player advantage.
Ooh, a quick thrash so he can pick it back up. Defuse, or plant Dizzy.
Last player standing.
Rinse and repeat. Spike actually went down for that, so they are not going to matter though. Valen's on
This
this.
click, but
I mean, this is good util. You can easily throw some things in here like Jonah Peas. Oh no, Viper's his actually just went down. Wait, they're fighting in this right now. Viper's pit there.
Zelsis is defusing.
It's going to be at 75%, goes down. That's going to be at half now.
Enemy
Shots coming in from Narrate. He's up top trying to play the jungle gym. Can he swing down? Oh my God, the Cove. It's the only thing that separates them as they stand shoulder to shoulder. And that's going to be the half defuse. They give it over to Narrate for this as Zekin was prepping it up. And Sentinels again. I shot everything but what I needed to. I think I hit someone in the crowd for a moment. Yeah.
Oh, back
we're
in the
right
action
in
though.
it. Yeah, okay, there we go.
Very beginning.
Toxins going up.
finished.
That's a big kill.
G2, on these silent rounds, you got to give them credit. They get into some real crazy spots.
And Zelsis had so much value on flanks in the past, and he's fighting against Trent. That's the silver light. That's what's needed for G2 to stay alive and to win this round.
Zelsis 1v1s have been spectacular here, but it's two. He's going to have to come up big. There's the first one. Trent's going to turn, but he's going to have a second. Now the third, and it's not enough. Trent with the stinger. Close range is just too much, but it's the post-plant king here. Tejo, Trent, ready to lock this round down. Armageddon's already passed. One shot comes through. It can't be traded back by Zekin. But it is Zekin versus Trent. He delays more time now, just trying to put the pressure on to Zekin. Is it possible? Firing to the left, doesn't know he's to the right. Zekin looks like he's got the defuse, and Trent's gonna hit the shot! Zekin takes the spike out. That's not gonna be the alt point Jogama wanted for the thrash. They deny it, and he's not gonna be able to use it.
Down B.
Huge kill, Zekin and Zelsis. The two Zs coming up big to stop that site take, and now the lurk in from Valen. It seems like they have an idea of where every member is, and Zelsis is gonna be able to get a lockdown on that too. Another one from Zekin before he falls, and it looks all too good here for Sentinels. The shot from John Cutie. Really here. The 0 point is first. Oh man, not seeing too many on that. They know it's gotta be an A main hold, and they can take out the site. They should feel pretty comfortable getting back in. Oh, the swing through the smokes. It's going to be for Sentinels right now, and it is just Sentinels
Last player
taking
standing.
out G2 left and right. Trent still post plant. Where else would he be? When else would it be on the round?
But I think his
They're
main.
looking main because that's where the left shot was. Oh! The side steps from John Cutie, the face palm from Trent himself, and the defuse from Zelsis for pistol round.
Now, they're trying to move here into the second round. A stinger by out for G2 in a fight towards B main.
What else would it be? A blood-hungry G2 on a stinger by second round. You have to expect it, and it's not expected from Sentinels. They get overwhelmed at B.
Staircase. Not too many chances to flood back in. You do have Paranoia and double flash though from banging John Cutie that could potentially open things up, and no, not yet.
Leaf is already coming through market right now. They just heard him, but it's not going to be enough. The stinger by is again.
Flood out.
Oh. I'm going to say they let him out of the site.
Missiles away.
It's a party. Oh, they're actually grabbing these orbs. They go on to Valen, so not too terrible with the alt accrual.
Remaining.
As Leaf comes up with 3, that for Zelsis as much as they want.
Yeah, refract, get the wall out.
Yeah.
Now you have a minute left, so you can work this site for the side of G2.
Jeez, John Cutie
Why
shuts
did
it down
kill?
for now. They got a bottleneck through these spots into the site here. And G2 is trying to figure out how they do that. It looks like it's just going to be dry on this one. Not much util to be used here at the second entry. Tejo's salvos just making them run silly on the side of G2 as Bang cleans up 3 with that site anchored. A clean one from there.
Do that to activate the hit for G2 inside the site.
Not much movement though. It's going to be on Jogamo, and he goes right into the smoke. They've realized the path though as the 0 point comes through.
And the other now, Leaf picked up an orb, now has the Seal Guardian to try to enter, and that's a skills through the smoke
30 seconds.
for the actual information gathering into the B site.
Be right back.
Oh. And he's ready.
My
He's
God.
ready.
Spike down.
They tried to get
Defend this
Narrate last time. He comes out on top, and it's not going to be a problem the second time. Jogamo, after 2, is finally able to sit and narrate down, but there's backup. There's John Cutie, and being low on HP means they back up. Sights are held. There is no reason to try to get a push here as your number's up.
And that's the thing here. You're playing
30
against
seconds
Sentinels.
left.
If you're going to miss a couple of shots here, you're going to lose that duel no matter what. Nary clean on those 2 shots to hold and anchor up the back of this defender spawn.
One
With
enemy
18
remains.
seconds left, Spike is down.
Spike down.
Leaf potentially has no choice but to save. Forced to fight. And now take...
Oh, second hit. It was perfect. And they're actually drawing him to
Paranoia?
the top side of mid there. The shots coming from Zelsis were so good to draw Jogamo's attention. And they want a little bit more towards mid. Zekin knows it only goes so far to peak. Numbers up, and they get back to safety.
Seems like we waited a little bit too long there for G2 to run through that smoke. Catwalk was open. It allows here Sentinels to get the Paranoia and pinch.
One enemy
Now
remains.
it's...
Okay,
Gonna mention a flawless, but it's Valen in a 1v5.
Valen,
Bragging IGL.
1v5, and he gives your opponent that opening. I don't think he was seeing that first time. Yeah, they're looking right at him. Oh, he gets hit by the concuss. Half coming through, but he has the angle for the 1v1 on the left side here. He's waiting for the peak first. That's going to be the defuse coming through. A 4K for Valen in the 5. The 5th won't be there. Got the kills against Valen there. Should have been a cleanup, but yeah, a little bit of throwing indeed, but still the round is collected.
The phase 1's still good, though. Zekin opens things up towards B main.
A little bit of throwing into a little bit of owning. Kind of evens it out.
Yeah. And G2 hasn't really found the correct footing here on their attack side in the last 4 rounds. Leaf has still this Steel Garden that's been holding on for the longest time. Contact play, trying to find maybe a safe spot. Steel Garden is down. It's Zekin back to his form again.
Either. Still holding. Know that Zekin has put a stop to this. All right, side open. Zekin looking for 4, but Trent's able to get the side swing on that one from lane. And now they organize around the rest of the members of G2. Trenton team trying to find a few kills before they enter site, hoping Sentinels would push a little aggressive.
Now it's 2 hero plays. Jonah P has to fight the B main against Narrate.
Last player standing.
Oh! He gets the short swing on Jonah P. Coming in from stairs, the swing out, the double from Trent, almost deja vu from Split. And that's going to be Bang with the kill. Narrate's still alive. They'll give that defuse over to Bang on this one. No, I was going to say Narrate, right?
Yeah.
Looked like he was running away. He said, come back and get this. Okay, we're back. We're sorted out here. 6 for Sentinels as
Potential fight into B main.
straightforward. Zekin trying to be the spearhead once again. Bang start. What a stall here. This is going to put G2 back on 30 seconds. Are they in control is the question, as they now have to
30
consider
seconds
mid is not the play. They only leave Leaf, but they're losing people on Cat.
Uh-oh. They're losing people everywhere for G2.
Falling like dominoes on this one. Jonah P is able to get one trade back, but John dashed in. Jogamo looking for that first one, has to refract, does get the info, but it's not able to be played off of. Sentinels are reacting perfectly, and it's Leaf. They have to run through with the stingers. It seems like the only thing they can do is press W to get this to work, because Sentinels has the read left and right on these plays. John Cutie just stepping to the side. Zekin picks up another kill here.
And you can't run forward to get the kill because Bang just threw a perfect Paranoia, so they can't punish. John Cutie got caught.
The peaks left and right. They're just
140.
playing with their food here. The pop flash comes out. A great duck and cover by Trent, but
When they're going to the dimensional drift.
Stand your ground.
Armageddon back, but they've hardly cleared sight with the util to get in for
Look at
G2.
that.
Narrate's just able to stand there. They do finally trade from Tree. It's going to be a bit of chaos, and G2 thrive. Can SEN break apart G2 here?
That's such a big knife. They know now that there's 2 players playing towards main.
That's 2 kills, 1 on each side. Zelsis, however, is able to trade this and make it uneven. Trent, the one we were wondering about, is versus the 2 shooters for Sentinels here. Zelsis is going to be the first contact, and it's not going to be enough, but Zekin will, as they collect the...
For the execution within the sights. And Trent can stay in range to use his salvos to help the hit.
Jogamo start off this first blood. It's going to be Valen that actually gets Bang out of his anchor position. Something very hard. The spam goes through, and Zekin unknown again with the Phantom through the smoke. They give the site for a moment. Zekin checks the back. Oh, we didn't see him. But Trent did, and that could be the play as Trent makes this call.
He needs to find a timing though. Has to go for the backstab. He's not going to play the salvos.
He missed.
Misses!
He missed. They found him and took him out! No, but it's going to be Jonah P. Can Jonah P save the round is the question. John Cutie comes up huge and it happens. Sides of good lurk by Zelsis here. They're going to have to be very careful about that as Sentinels start to move into the site. Narrate has broken the defensive line. Zelsis starts off with Trent, so they won't have that initiator utility to get back in, and that kind of activates G2 to move a little bit faster. It pays off for the moment, but will it pay off for the round win? Bang here versus Leaf in weaponry. Trying to get this final kill as he's going to have to push soon to get that timing on the spike. Just right clicks coming out, and there's going to be another one from Bang! They shut down G2 on the... That util inside sight from Leaf could do the exact amount of damage they need. Straightforward, Zekin tries to basically pull the Jogamo away. There's no smoke, there's no kill to be had there. Now the refract is right there, but it's still enough time for Leaf to capitalize on the window. The Stingers, how are they just too much for SEN every time?
And the wall was still up. It split the...
To use on the round, but they're gonna have to create another fake here. 30 seconds left. Fragment goes down. It's going to be Jonah P with a bit of utility out, for the rest of the squad is easily able in sight to thwart the rest of the members there of Sentinels. Narrate just on that lurk will be found. First half being so difficult, being shut down by SEN. You just get that inkling where you want to make that impact, and he does. Drops Zekin, and that's going to bring the heart rate up. The rest of the fire comes through, and it's going to be too much in mid as Jaw goes for another peek there.
He'll take that to start, though. A nice little saturate combination towards the fridge. Punishes two players there. No more dashes. No more salvo utility to open up the site. Now they have to work towards middle, and John Cutie starts things up well.
Hardly even saw him on that shot. John is feeling it right now. Almost look for another one. Sees the elbow. And this fight's just going to be a 1v1 by them as Zelsis goes down to Trent here on that push. So you played their pistol round. We know you're going to be lurking this late into the round, Zelsis.
Enemy remaining.
Man,
down, B.
G2 just seem to have a lockdown here. Once they have early momentum in the round, so confident in these trades.
Oh, somehow made it alive without being stunned.
Saw him drop out.
Oh, you're so pinned.
1-2. Who's going to peek first? Just toying here with mid, trying to destroy the wall. This time they won't find it. It looks like they're going to have to move on from here. Oh my gosh, Trent and Leaf just lay down Sentinels as they try to get into the site. There's a few more come through as they farm the low buy round here from SEN, and G2 look like they're going to grab 6. Quite a few ults will be online for the following rounds. Which means they can keep focusing this mid, and they have the right idea.
And he's playing towards this area so that if there's a lot of pressure, he could actually throw the Razor Vines. Or the Vise ult, which is perfect here to saw some players down.
Narrate stubs his toe on the Armageddon. Walked right into that thinking it was going to be just soon enough that it left. John Cutie answers, but Jogamo hits the sliver shot. Not a chance for Zelsis to return that. Now they just search for John. Take him out. Jonah P.
And the wall's just slightly forward up. Already Razor Vines playing counter.
Oh, Zekin in first. Been kind of quiet on these past few rounds here. Shut down by G2, but now awake here on round 19. And that null command is going to give them a good amount of space here to hit this round. A big lurk from Zelsis could get some tags on people, but I think his timing is already the same as John Cutie, so not really much a lurk anymore.
Oh, he got blinded too. Could move in somehow.
Oh,
G2's turning it around.
The distraction, he jumps in, has the off, so he's not going to be providing too much unless he's up top on Heaven like that. And now it's the 3v2.
Oh my.
G2 are closing in on SEN, and that's a third one for Jogamo. 1 minute take. There goes the smoke towards A main to already slow. Valen is prepped. The 0 point starts to come out. They actually get tagged. Zekin takes one down, but Jonah P answers with 2, and Tree is done. The pincer move is no longer there, and what's in sight has to hit like a brick. It does not.
Oh, the wall bang!
It does not. John Cutie coming up with 2. Oh, the shorty just on his right. Will he think to check it? Looks into sight first. That's 2 from Lee for the drive-by. 9 for G.
Walls to stop them, and Celsius places a nice wall for the post plant.
Oh, all 5 heaven? They are gonna waterfall into sight. They gotta be ready. The paranoia
my
comes
God.
out. Jogamo hits 1. Already able to just spread out onto heaven here. The trades are in favor of Sentinels to start. Jogamo can't find that position to jump in just yet. The door's broken and they need that extra attack point. There it is. They draw the door focus. Beautifully done. They're working it all together. They find a way to do it.
Of armor to keep them alive in these fights. And they're trying to add a fight into main again.
Valen and team pop flash out. They're gonna get the win here onto.
Towards that back. But they're wasting so much
They
time
gotta
for
take
Sentinels.
it.
Exactly. G2 could flood back in this fight.
There's one. There's no help for that.
Spike
One dry
down,
peek by
B.
Narrate to go in. A second one. They try to get a bit of util. The flash. Arcros goes down. Jogamo can't get another one. Sentinels finally dislodge him from the back of the site, but they don't know how close G2 is, and they're right on top of John Cutie.
And so much time's been wasted. Trent may have salvos very soon. As I mentioned, he just has it up. Here comes the flood back into the site.
Always in the iPad for him. Ready to attack. Flash goes over. Hide from Zekin keeps him safe. And he's the only one on stairs as Zelsis is trained on that lane side.
The only thing Sentinels has is his flash.
Flash turned.
One enemy remaining.
And that's going to be another round. Sentinels! 4K for Bang, and that's what it takes.
Jaws just trying to find that timing.
There.
Oh,
That's not right down. That's no. Allen still has a flash to delay, and Jonah could throw a knife and even Molly towards the tree.
30 seconds
one.
left.
Valen starts the pop-off. The fuse is lit here for G2. With overtime on the horizon, they have 5 members to retake this site from just the 3 of Sentinels, and Zelsis makes it 4 members of G2. Oh, he gets back on the other side of the wall. Huge play. Definitely not going to expect this. And maybe the timing is reset for Jogamo now, but Zelsis goes for the deeper reset here. And now he knows the drop is there. Zekin answers with 1. They're looking to take the round. Only 2 kills away. 1 more. It's just going to be it. Bang gets the kill. That's 13 for Sen. The